Welcome everybody to the WRESTLEDUDE YouTube channel. Jacob as always here, and it's that time of the year again, oh yes, where I get to give my predictions to an NXT Takeover event. And this time, we will be looking at NXT Takeover Toronto 2019. A huge card with one matchup I'm looking forward to a hell of a lot on an already incredible SummerSlam weekend card. We've got Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt's The Fiend versus Finn Balor. It's going to be freaking awesome! And it all kicks off with NXT TakeOver Toronto. We got 5 matches to give my predictions for, but before we begin, make sure you leave a thumbs up and leave me your thoughts and your predictions in the comments section down below. But with further ado, let's get on to the predictions. Now our first matchup to predict is Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae, a blood feud, and I believe, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first TakeOver event with 2 women's matches on board, and this first one looks like it's going to be really good. Candice LeRae, she has not been on like a big TakeOver like stage before. She's been there like in the corner of Johnny Gargano a couple of times, and she's helped out Io Shirai at the last TakeOver event, but since then their kind of friendship has soured quite a bit. We had Io Shirai's heel turn, we had Candice LeRae get taken out by a suplex onto the chair, and then Candice LeRae came back, and now we have Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. It's going to be very fun. I'm excited to see what Candice can do on a big stage like TakeOver. In terms of who's going to win, I am not sure, because one of my predictions later on consists of a babyface winning in the women's division. Spoiler. But if a babyface is going to win, then it means that that babyface needs big heels to fight down the line. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see who wins this. I would predict Io Shirai wins, because then we could have another match between the two with Candice maybe like having a stipulation added to it where it's like falls count anywhere or something like that, and then Candice can get a little bit crazy, kind of like her husband Johnny Gargano whenever there's no disqualification stipulations. But, you know, for the sake of this match, I would say Candice is going to put up one hell of a fight, but I feel like the newly turned Io Shirai is going to inch out with the victory here. So my prediction for our first matchup, the winner will be Io Shirai. Up next, we have the NXT Tag Team Championships, the Street Profits, apparently Raw's newest superstars, kind of. The Street Profits will be defending their NXT Tag Team titles against the Undisputed Era on a very interesting show overall, because this has the makings to be Undisputed Era's prophecy here, where they said that they would all be draped in gold, which is kind of throwing me off in my predictions quite a bit, because normally when someone says something in NXT, they definitely go through with it, especially when at the beginning of this year Adam Cole said that Undisputed Era would be draped in gold. So I don't know. I mean, Undisputed Era have been tag team champions a lot. And Street Profits literally just won them at the last TakeOver event. But at the same time, it seems like the Street Profits are being fast-tracked onto Monday Night Raw. I mean, we're already seeing them on there week to week. I don't know what to do here, man. I really don't. I like the Street Profits. I was happy to see them win. But, I mean, to see that visual of Undisputed Era all covered in championship gold, it's crazy to think that that could happen in this pay-per-view. I mean, I'm still kind of torn on it. I've been going back and forth. But, you know, I'm going to go over my heart than my brain. So I'm going to say Undisputed Era wins, and this is kind of a spoiler for a couple matches later on, but I think Undisputed Era wins here, and I think they gain the NXT Tag Team titles in Toronto. Up next, we have the Velveteen Dream defending his NXT North American Championship against another Undisputed Era member in the form of Roderick Strong, and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne coming over from NXT UK. There's a lot of storytelling going on in here. Roderick Strong pinned Velveteen Dream, means that he should be in this matchup. Pete Dunne then kind of came out, snapped some fingers, and then William Regal went, you know what? he's in the matchup as well. And you also have this storyline of when Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne, when he was in the War Games matchup with Ricochet, he was looking at the North American title, but now Ricochet's not involved. It's Velveteen Dream, so it's kind of interesting that Pete Dunne, he doesn't care that Ricochet's not the North American champion. He just cares about the North American Championship, considering he's already conquered the UK division. Now it's time to conquer the North American division. But like I said earlier, I think this is the night where we're going to see Undisputed Era hold plenty of gold. So, you know, I can see this matchup going a lot of ways. It's no doubt going to be a contender for match of the night. This one or Cole versus Gargano. But, you know, I feel like Roderick Strong's going to come out with the win here. It's a triple threat matchup, meaning there are no disqualifications. Depending on the placement of the tag team matchup and Adam Cole's title matchup, we could be seeing a title change here in the form of Undisputed Era's Roderick Strong. We could see the rest of them get involved. It's going to be interesting to see how the matchup plays out, but one way or another, I am officially predicting Roderick Strong will become the North American champion. Up next, we have the NXT Championship, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship in what they're calling a 2 out of 3 falls matchup with stipulations. I personally would like to call it 3 stages of hell, but I can understand why they don't want to use the word hell. But this is basically another 2 out of 3 falls matchup with added stipulations. So Adam Cole said he wanted a regular, good old-fashioned wrestling match. Johnny Gargano said he wanted a street fight, and then they said if it goes to a 3rd fall that William Regal would add a 3rd stipulation. Now, I'm recording this before the final episode of NXT goes out, so I have no clue what the heck that stipulation is going to be. But if they announce it like on the night, if it happens to go to the 3rd fall, then I don't know what they could do. They could do steel cage, but I mean, if they have a cage structure above the ring, then everybody's just going to figure out like, oh, they're going to do a cage match. Okay, cool. So I don't know. I'm not going to be predicting individual falls. I mean, I expect all falls are going to be awesome, whether it goes to just 2 or 3. But, you know, Johnny Gargano, he had his big moment of winning the NXT title. He lost it to Adam Cole, which I think was a good way to go. Adam Cole was great. And I feel like it's kind of time for him to move on to the main roster and go after the Universal Championship once Seth wins it back. I'm not doing SummerSlam predictions, but I do predict Seth Rollins will get that Universal title back. And then we can have Johnny Gargano versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. I just think that would be very cool. Either that, or I really hope they put him on 205 Live so that he can at least have great matches and then move him to Raw or SmackDown so he can showcase that awesome skill against either Kofi Kingston for the WWE title or against Seth Rollins for the Universal title. So I am officially predicting that Adam Cole will retain the NXT title and we will have Undisputed Era draped in gold. And finally, you guys thought I forgot about this one, but no, I'm talking about it last because personally to me, this is my main event of NXT TakeOver, the one I'm going to be paying attention to. It is Shayna Baszler defending the NXT Championship, NXT Women's Championship, I should say, against Mia Yim, the head baddie in charge. This is going to be awesome. If you guys have been watching these predictions videos for a long time and been watching the reviews for all the TakeOver events, you know I'm a big fan of Mia Yim. And if you needed any more proof, I got a t-shirt on for her right here. And she's also been a part of my background. I just think she's a great person, great character work, great work in ring. It's awesome. I'm happy that she's finally getting this NXT Women's Championship matchup on a TakeOver event, SummerSlam weekend in Toronto. This is going to be big, big, big. I think Shayna Baszler's gonna win. Nah, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. I am very excited for this matchup, and as you guys could already tell, in my 2K19, WWE 2K19 Universe mode, I've already done Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim in a rivalry for the Women's Championship, and Mia Yim won, and I really hope that in this feud, in Toronto, Mia Yim walks out with the NXT Women's Championship. I'm predicting Mia Yim, the head baddie in charge, walks out with the NXT Women's Championship. And if she does, I am going to be so happy. I mean, when I do the review show, I'm probably going to have a grin and a smile a mile wide, so my jaw will probably hurt. So if you guys listen to the review after the show's over, and she does win the women's title, you might hear like my jaw's popping a couple times while listening to it. But yeah, my official prediction is Mia Yim will be our new NXT Women's Champion. So there you have you guys, my predictions for NXT Takeover Toronto 2019. Let me know your predictions in the comments section down below, and which matchup are you looking forward to the most? Is it Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler? Is it Adam Cole versus Gargano? Is it the Triple Threat North American title match? Is it Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae? Or is it the tag team title match? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. Click on your screen now to see more.